What's going on, Picker? Trey? How's my sound? I'm using my OBS, so I'm not sure if it's working properly. Hey, there I am. I don't see you. Yeah, got the title right. Working on the Wambalance. No, the camera's pointing down. What's going on, Dragon? What's going on, Hidden? Yeah. These were Ghostbusters cars, but they're an ambulance. And I think these were what? 59 Chevys is what they made. What they made them with. I've been busy. I've been getting stuff together for this. I have been in contact with the guy that is supposed, that said he'd be willing to make me the decals for it, but I have not heard anything from him. So I did some research on YouTube and found out that I am able to make my own decals with my printer. And these are the same kind of decals we got in our model kits when we were growing up, and you put them in the water and you soften them up, and then you put them where they're supposed to be, and then they dry. So I am in the process of getting these started and getting these going. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I am making 6 of them right now. What's going on, LAP, Bigfoot? I got a hold of some, it's some Strip Shore by Crown. It's a paint stripping gel. It's biodegradable, indoor, safe, so there's no toxics. It works on wood, metal, and marine boats. And it says 2 hours, but 4 hours passed and I still didn't have no results, so I let them soak overnight. And I got most of the paint off of these. Now that red, that's part of the decal. For some reason, it's not working on removing the decal very good. And then inside the little door jamb areas here, I'll be able to pick them out. But this is the type of stripper I'm using. I got it at Lowe's, I think it was. And it has a nice smell to it. almost like a citrus smell. So I've been sitting here off and on today working on these, and I decided, well, maybe it's just time that I get online and work on these and start showing off the builds. See if I get some people excited into maybe wanting one of these in the future. Now, the original plan I have on these, and I just printed these out just so I had an idea of what it would look like on the side of them. So I'm still playing around with the fonts and the size of them. But I'm looking at Wambalance going across the sides and maybe coin busters going across that little bit of roof area right across there. And then on the back, I do got a place right here for license plate. And these are going to be specialized license plates on them. And they're going to be coin 1, coin 2, coin 3, all the way up to the 6 that I'm doing. For those that don't know too much about Hot Wheels, you could drill out the post. This one only has the one because it has a little slide part for the backside. But you drill out the post and you're able to take everything, the bottom and the windows and the seats and everything out. And then you drill down the post with a drill bit, and you use a 256 tap. And you tap them out. And then they comes with these screws, and these kits are put together by Bright Vision, and it comes with the 2 drill bits that you need, one to drill out the post and one to drill out the tap. It comes with the tap and a little T-handle, and you could either get them with 50 screws or 100 screws. Well, I got it with 100 screws because it was cheaper to do it that way. So I plan on doing more custom Hot Wheels in the future. So, and hopefully I could make them coin related so I can combine my 2 hobbies together and then see what happens. Hi, Linda. Welcome, welcome. So, see if I could get this camera down here. You kind of see what I'm doing here. This is just a dental pick. And any of the white paint that I could not get off with the stripper comes right off with the dental pick. And the finish of these is all going to determine on the surface before they get painted. And I am going to paint 2 cars. I got 2 different colors. So I'm going to paint 2 cars. And then I'm going to probably put a post on there. to see what people think of the two colors that I picked out, or if they have any suggestions for a different color, which is no big deal. I'll just have to go get it. Omega, how you doing? Okay, Linda. Yep, look like you're tired. Thanks for coming in for a few minutes. That's always appreciated. Just working on the Wambalance build. It's coin related, so it's on my coin channel. And then hopefully I can get something done and get some streaming. See, I gotta make sure I put this underneath so y'all could see what I'm doing here, because the whole point of starting the stream was to show you. And I'll be looking up every so often, see if I keep an eye on chat, see if anybody has anything to say. I'm still available, and there's some people in chat, so if you do have any type of coin questions or any questions on what I'm doing here, maybe we get them answered for you, and we could just hang out tonight. Now the big trick is doing this to make sure I don't put no scratches in it. And I do have some, I think it's some 320 here, so I could work out them scratches, and then some 3,000 and 4,000 grit. But it's all going to depend on there we go. Had someone message me on Facebook. The coin community is a pretty large group, and I was doing some other research tonight, and something I did not know is the Hot Wheel and Matchbox community is very large too. So that was kind of a surprise for me. I know there's groups out there that just specialize in doing custom work on these. They take them apart and they repaint them, they add to them. They do theme cars. 1918 Wheatie, very nice. I think I've only got maybe one or two of those in my collection, and they're not easy to come by. You find it roll hunting, Omega? I don't know what they put these decals on with, but paint stripper did nothing for them. So these decals gotta come off a little bit at a time, and if I could get them if I could at least get that top little coating, clear coating off of them, then I could take this 320 and I could work that decal off. And see if I can make them right. I am going to try to do a video series as I'm working on these, and then probably tomorrow, because it's going to be nice, is going to be the paint of the two colors without the clear coat on them. Once you get the base coat put on them, then you got to put the decals on them, and then you clear coat it. So the decals are underneath the clear coat, and they stay protected, and it will help keep them from turning yellow in the future. For some of you that don't know, see if I could show. Those are all open Hot Wheels I got up there. Those are all custom made shelves that I put together. And then I got 4 or 5 of the those banker boxes that you buy and you put together. And I got 4 or 5 of those completely full of Hot Wheels. And I got some more shelving and some more displays in the other room for them. So they're kind of in the process of being in 2 rooms. I'm going to have to figure out what kind of decals that Hot Wheels is using on these, because it's not working. I'm assuming that their decal paper that they're using is probably a special recipe that the company makes for them. So they last for the years that they're on the cars. And anybody that's ever played with these die cast knows you can play with them for forever, and the paint will get all messed up, but them decals look like they are never been touched. Omega, yes. This is the Ghostbusters Eco 1. I bought a large lot of these when they first came out, and I pulled 6 of them out that I'm going to use to make the Wambalance. This is kind of just a test thing. I've done custom Hot Wheels in the past, but not to the extent of printing out my own decals and doing them that way. Most of them is just a color change. I just changed the color on them because I didn't like that color and I wanted to make it more authentic color for the time period. What's going on, Wild Bill? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, these decals are a pain in the butt. They are not wanting to cooperate. Takes me forever to get one of these cars ready. And I apologize if I'm not putting the car underneath the camera. I'm trying to pay attention to that. But when they're all done, I'm just down to the metal body on them. Now with painting these, I'll probably be running probably a 3,000 or 4,000 grit over top of them. And then I gotta use a solution to make sure all the fingerprints and grease and everything off my hands is off it, so the paint adheres to it properly and dries properly. New piece of sandpaper. I can't use a heavy grit on them because this metal they're not thick, but a heavier grit is going to scratch it. And then it'll take longer to work them scratches out, downsizing. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Where's it at? There's my field. That way. That way. And that way. All right. Now, if I work within these lines, I know I'm underneath the camera. Oh, those late 60s, those early 60s, those red lines, man, those are collector's items now. All right. This is a red line. You could tell they got the red rim going around the tires. So this is a original red line. You see the condition of this. It is beat up, tore up. paint's faded. It's missing the bubble. There's supposed to be a piece of glass that goes across there. Someone took a file to it, it looks like. And this car right here, I get $30 for all day long in this condition. It's a prototype of the Vet. It's called the Mod Squad. And it basically has the Vet front end and a little bit of the rear end because it's supposed to be the slant back. And I don't know what they did to this, but it's their own design. So they took some design off of a couple cars and put them together and came up with that. Some of them are pretty ugly looking, but they're also worth a lot of money. Within the Hot Wheels, there is actually what they consider the Sweet 16. And it's basically the first 16 Hot Wheels design that they came out with. And die-hard Hot Wheel collectors, that's basically the holy grail of their collection, is that Sweet 16. I've seen collections that have been appraised at $3 million. I've seen Hot Wheels at $60,000, $70,000 is what one Hot Wheel will sell for. You'll never find one, so don't think you're going to find them, because you won't, because it was a prototype, and the designer of the prototype kept it. He was a Hot Wheel designer, and it was a prototype that they used. And he kept the prototype, and I think it sold at auction in 2013 for $70,000 or $73,000. It's in that one guy's collection that's been appraised at $3 million or 2.9. It's probably worth more now. Getting that, it don't want to come out. All right, I'm getting mad at that side. Let me go to this side and work. What's going on, Aunt? I am starting to work on the build for the Wambalance. And as you can see, it's the Ghostbusters ambulance that's being reconfigured into coin Wambalance. And these decals on it is driving me crazy. It's almost like they put the decals on it, then it was dipped in a hard lacquer or something. They just do not want to come up, even with a paint stripper. Because they sat for 24 hours in paint stripper. And when I mean they sat in paint stripper, I took the paint stripper and I put them in masonry jars and I soaked the cars in them for 24 hours. I gotta remember to put the lid on that one. What's going on, Ken? Little birdie told me you got your water up and running. Yeah, I knew if I said stripper, Ken would chime in. I got two of these ready for paint for tomorrow. And I'm not going to reveal the colors tonight. I'll reveal the colors and then I'll see what people think of the two colors that I picked for them. Chips and salsa. Ooh. Yeah, having a root in your water line is not helping. You should be able to tell if you got a leak on it if your pressure doesn't stay stable when the water is not being used. If I get most of that sticker off of there, then I could sand. $100 feet, that ain't too bad. See, what's it? 20 inches in the ground or 24? Might be less than that. Here in Oklahoma, it's got to be, I think, a minimum of 15 inches for the freeze line. And some areas of Oklahoma, it's deeper than that because they're already freezing. Oh, a foot's not bad. As long as the ground ain't like digging in cement. I've had ground where you go to dig a hole and it's like digging in cement and it's ridiculous. It's like, God, really? You sorry. Yeah, so a foot down, 100 feet of piping, a couple fittings. I'm sure in your garage someplace you got pipe dope for it. I got bottles of that stuff around here someplace, but every time I need to find it and use it, I got to go buy new because I don't know where I put it. It's actually, it might be on the shelf over there. Pipe dope, the glue. where they use the glue to pipe together. Sorry, I guess pipe dope could be considered something else. Depends on where you're at. I know what stuff is, but I just don't know the technical name it's called. And I get into a lot of trouble when I go into Lowe's and Home Depot and I try to explain what I need, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess that kind of pipe dope too. You got a nephew coming down. Good teaching project. Yeah. Get on the handle side of this shovel and just teach your way all the way down from point A to point B. That's a good idea, Ken. If you're going to have someone coming down and the repair could wait that long, good way to teach the younger folks on how to do stuff. Yeah, that purple stuff. Yeah, that's the pipe cleaner, and it's also the bonder. The glue will bond to it, but it cleans the pipe, and it's like a little bonding agent. So it helps with the gluing. All right, this is getting pretty boring. On top of making sure I got all the paint off of it, but these edges, they're kind of rough because these things are just casted out a million at a time. So I am taking the sandpaper and I'm smoothing out them edges. And once it's all put together, it does give it a little bit of a cleaner look when you're really looking at them. It's attention to the detail. Oh, it does work good for cleaning coins? See? I see another video in your future coming up about that. I don't even know what this, I don't even know if, move. Oh, magnet don't stick to it. Pretty lightweight, but I know it's not aluminum. Doesn't feel heavy enough to be a steel. Might be a heavy gauge tin or a heavier gauge tin. I'm thinking it's not too expensive because you could buy these in Walmart for 94 cents. Oh, that's right. I had it backwards. On with the magnet. Yeah, if it was aluminum, it wouldn't stick. The that's not it. When you take them apart, that's the bottom, and that's the seats, stuff you see through the window. So that fits like that, and then window slides into place, and then you put it back together. We had a cold front come through, and it got down into the low 30s one morning, and then low 40s the next. So we ran the heater a couple nights and mornings here, and then pretty much we didn't run it through the afternoon or evening, but we turned it back on. Won't go to bed, so wake up in the middle of the morning, middle of the night, the heater would be on, and at least takes the edge off the air. But we got some nice weather coming in, so the heater's off. It'll be off for a week. We're looking at low 50s tonight, and that's wonderful. So I got my bedroom window opened up. I got my office in here, window opened up. So it's always nice getting some nice 50s at night for sleeping. All right, what am I going here? See, there's Jeff. Welcome, welcome. Still in front utilities. Yeah, these little picks. I got a bag of them someplace, and I picked them up at, I think, a garage sale for like $2 for a whole bag of them. And then I ran them underneath some hot water, and then I ran them through the dishwasher. I mean, I don't use them on my teeth, but they're always nice to have when you need to do a little detail work like this. Get inside these small little areas that outline the door jambs. Oh, that was the wrong button. I don't even know what buttons I'm pushing over here. So I get that red decal part off of it. But then I fight with the white paint, or I don't know. I've done this in the past, and normally the stripper takes the decals, everything, where there's very little work like this to be done. So I don't know what the issue is with these. But that paint stripper did not even touch these decals. Didn't even loosen them up or anything. So I'm fighting these areas where the decals are. I wonder if I'd take it outside and splatter it with the shotgun, if that would help. Might make me feel better. I got to be real careful I don't gouge the metal. I'll never get that spot sanded out. I could just lightly scrape it and then finish it off with the sandpaper. Voila.
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 There we go. What's going on, Ken?
Oh, hanging around doing my thing.
Yeah.
I'm under here. Yeah. Got to messing with a well today. The vines, you get these vines in Florida, and they're not just regular old, Jack and the Beanstalk vines. These things are butcherous, right? They got these thorns. They're called cat's claw for a reason. They will shred you. So anytime I got to go out to the well, first you got to suit up, right? And we're talking sweatpants, rubber boots, like an Army Arctic field jacket, right? Really just protect yourself from this stuff. You need armor on this job. Then you take the scythe out there so you can hack your way to it, because if you clear it in 2 weeks, it's going to be grown back up again. Well, I got there, frigged with a switch. It seems to be the switch again. The bugs get in there because it's warm and dry. It's covered. It's nice. You know, the snakes can't get in there. So they go in there and hide. One time I had a frog in there, got in there and died and dried up. I guess he made contact. It's an electromagnet. It pulls a plate. And when the plate makes contact, it's called the contactor switch, right? It makes contact with the electrodes and closes the circuit. And the pressure turns on the magnet. Okay, great. So the pressure goes low, magnet kicks on, plate closes, pump starts running. Pressure kicks off because the tank's full. Magnet releases, contact is broken, pump turns off. Real simple. But if you get something in between the contactor plate and the whatever the little places where the electricity comes in, it ain't gonna work. You know, it'll just call and call and call, and it'll burn out the magnet, so you got to replace the switch. Okay. Well, sometimes you get bugs and spiders and caterpillars and, you know, hawks, small children, whatever. It gets in there and screws it up. So I just poke it with a stick or get in there with like a plastic toothbrush and wipe it out. All righty. So the pressure's back on. It wasn't too bad. There's just a lot of spider webs this time around. But I gotta have a backup switch because I think it's gonna go. Right now it's down to 0 again. What the hell? It was running an hour ago, but I filled up. I keep a few jugs because we lose power out here. If you lose power, it doesn't matter what kind of shape that switch is in. Ain't nothing gonna turn on. So I made some coffee. Good. Got my jugs filled. Good. Got a bath. Huh? It ran long enough to get a bath. Smell me. It's beautiful. It's like Irish Spring. I want to flush the toilet and stuff. So I'm all caught up, but I'll get over there tomorrow and frig with it again.
Yeah, those little pressure switches, they're not bad. They're easy to change as long as you turn the power off.
Yeah, I learned that one first time I did it. Turn off power first. And a couple weeks later, I got my hair straightened out. It never grew back in for some reason. One of them things. So you're going to make a Wambalance for this?
Yeah. It was the only Hot Wheels that I had that.
Didn't you do that side already?
No. This is the second one. I got a bunch of them I'm working on.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Here, I thought I missed it.
I'm doing 6 of them. I'm doing 6 of them.
Yeah.
So
you
I got
a number of them and write your name on them and stuff.
Well, the plan is because I'm able to print out the water soluble decals.
Yeah. Then it's easy. Just give them a lick.
Yeah. It's the same kind of decals we played with when we put together models, and I could print them out on my printer.
We used to have to soak those in hot water for like 2 hours or something, as I recall.
Yeah.
I have done models since I was like 7.
So I got 20 sheets of that decal paper.
Yeah.
Just in case I make mistakes.
Plenty of room.
Yeah.
You want to redo them like 14 times.
But the back of these, there is actually a spot back here.
Yeah.
For a license plate. So each one of these is going to have a specialized license plate.
Like Wham 99.
I'm thinking maybe like coin 1, coin 2, coin 3, or the other option is I could date them. The 98, 99, 2000.
Call it a Bluesmobile. No, wait, that's been taken, I think.
Yeah, I think there might be some type of copyright infringement with that.
It's called a fair use. You get away with anything.
So
You can put some clown stickers on there.
if I'm able to get it on the PowerPoint program and size it down, I could put anything on it.
Vector graphics is what you need.
Oh, there we go. That might be a better view.
Yeah. You don't need to, I'm just talking.
Yep.
I'm just here to heckle. I can do this. There. Don't cut your fingers. I'll feel real bad.
I'm trying not to cut my fingers, and I'm trying not to gouge the metal. Because if I gouge the metal, I'll never get it sanded out. And the car is going to be pretty much ruined.
You need a Dremel.
I thought about a Dremel too. But knowing my luck, I'd go right through the car before I'd even know what happened.
I got one around here somewhere. They're pretty handy. I tried grinding down my my teeth with them because they didn't fit. And finally I said to hell with it and just threw them in the drawer and gave up peanuts.
Yeah, the only problem I'm having with these is the very back of the car where that fin is.
Yeah.
Inside the roots. That's the problem area.
Uh-huh. That'll buff right out. You get that grinding wheel going and just put it on there and it's gone.
Oh yeah.
Just surrender the fins.
Yeah, the fins, yeah, the area that has paint on it's gone. The fin is gone.
No worries. No muss. No fuss.
Probably half my finger because I'll be holding it like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I just haven't figured it out yet.
Huh.
They soaked in a paint stripper for about 24 hours.
Yeah, well, let's do the plastic next. Let's see what happens to that. Gets real soft, I hear.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you put the like the windows and stuff in the paint thinner, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, you could heat up the end of that pick and put that in the grinder for just a split second, and it will bring it to a quick point. Might make it easy to get in there. Might grind it right off altogether and fling it in your eyeball. Hard to say, really.
Yeah. Well, I got sharpening stone.
All right, that'll work.
I've been working on the tip to make the tip a little smaller so it fits in there better.
Them stones are wonderful. Man, I keep my knives sharp with those things. Except one time I was holding a stone and scraping my blade across it. I missed and whacked my hand right here. Now I got this finger. I can't straighten it out because I went right through the freaking. Oh, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think that's just, what do they call that?
Dumb luck.
Dumb luck. Part of the job.
It's part of growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have no scars on your body when you're at our age now, then you didn't have a very good, exciting childhood. And that's a good telltale sign if you had a good childhood or not. If you got scars.
You got casts that everybody signs. You get a medical record, this thick. Then you're doing it right.
Oh, this thing.
You haven't had anything sewn back on.
Areas.
You're not trying.
Yeah, if the doctors at the ER don't know your family by first name, yeah, you weren't trying hard enough.
We missed you last Tuesday, Blues. Where were you?
I was tired. I actually went to bed.
We had a cake for your birthday and everything. Happy birthday, by the way.
Would this be going on the same insurance policy as last week?
No, put it on the summer insurance policy.
Mm.
We had this girl in high school, little red-haired girl, real cute, and her doctor was her father was a doctor. He was a neurosurgeon, brain surgeon. I don't know what he did, but they had 3 Mercedes, not one, not 2. They had 3, and one day she had to get a ride because we were doing calculus homework. We always got together, team of like 8 or 12 of us, just to try to make sense of calculus. All right. Well, one day she needed a ride. So what do you mean you need a ride? Why not take the blue Mercedes? Well, my mother has the blue Mercedes. Well, take the brown Mercedes. My father has the brown Mercedes. Well, what about the red one? Oh, that's our summer Mercedes. I tell you, it's tough.
Yeah, you know what? Some people their family had money.
Now, Adele was at college, so that's where the other Mercedes went.
Yeah, these little nooks and crannies, man.
Yeah, hold it up. We can't see.
This way. There we go. Thank you.
Is that a tailpipe?
Huh?
Is that a tailpipe? Speaking of tailpipe, I know this one girl.
Did she have a tailpipe on her?
She sure. Oh boy, the things she could do. It was like magic. Make a grown man blush. Probably kill you.
Yeah. I learned a while ago that, and a girlfriend told me this. She goes, "Well, excuse me, I got to go fluff." You got to go fluff?
Your feathers are getting matted down.
She goes, "Yeah, guys fart and girls fluff." I'm like, oh my goodness.
Fluff. But there's nothing fluffy about it, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I hear even Queen Elizabeth has to fluff every now and again.
Yeah, I bet you she doesn't do it in front of the help, though.
No, really. She was doing a speech in front of the Parliament, right? Once a year, they have like this. It's like the State of the Union, but it's, I guess, the State of the Kingdom or whatever. She gets up there and tells her government, "My government will proceed with the, whatever the heck they're doing," and then she lets one out. But she did it in such a ladylike manner. Really, you can't hold it against her.
Yeah. It wouldn't be anything ladylike if I did it.
But you couldn't, it was right there on the BBC. She says, "My government." Oh, you gotta love her. Hey, look, she's 90-something years old. Just let it out.
Yep.
Ain't nobody gonna think less of her. So what's the grit you use? That's got to be like 110 at least.
This is 320.
Okay, that's a little finer than I thought.
I did I've been doing some research, watching the Hot Wheel customized videos on YouTube.
They got Hot Wheels customizing videos?
Yeah, you think the coin community is big?
Yeah, it's just gotten started, I tell you.
Hot Wheels Nation is huge. I did not believe it myself. But they said don't go anything smaller than 320 on sanding.
You just scrape it all up?
Yeah, they said you'll scratch it up so much that you'll never get the scratches out.
Uh-huh. Well, it seems to be coming out shiny.
Yeah, that Spectra paint.
Yeah. You get these
You
little tiny vials like fingernail polish, or what do they use?
yeah, well you could buy a car enamel in the little bottles to put inside the little air guns, and you could spray these with the little detail air painters.
Man, that's a lot of setup for, half a second of work.
Yeah,
Even if you got 6 of them, it's like, psst, you're done. Okay, let's get a sandwich.
yeah, and they said you'll put using that little gun, you'll put 12, 15 coats of paint on the car.
Yeah.
To make sure it's right, but you're getting a professional car paint job like you would at an automobile shop.
I don't think they go through that many stages when they make the things.
The real high end paint jobs, they will. These paint jobs that Mako put on, it's one coat, maybe 2, clear coat, and out the door it goes.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I knew a guy, what was his name? Scotty. He lived in apartment 9 and could never get the heat right. Right. I went over, tested it. Heater's working just fine. But he's saying, no, man, it's too hot here. I got to turn on my air conditioner. Well, don't turn on your air conditioner. Turn off the heat. Well, anyway, we call him Scotty Too Hotty. And Scotty Too Hotty got him a truck. And he didn't like the color. And it was kind of old, a lot of scuff marks and stuff. So he went and got it painted. He said, they got this paint job for $2.99. Is that a good deal? I didn't even have a car at the time. So I'm thinking, how the hell would I know? Paint your truck, don't paint your truck. My grandmother took a paintbrush and some black paint. I mean, black like a hole in the world. Painted her truck for 3 days. Boy, that was an unsightly thing when she was done. Anyway, he goes to spend the $299. And yeah, they were done in like 2 hours. Here you go. You paint while you wait.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they barely tape the windows.
Yeah, they do very little. They do,
Yep.
They don't do any body work.
No.
They'll run
because I had a couple of marks.
They'll run sandpaper over it so the paint sticks to it.
Yeah.
And then that solution they use to clean all the grease and from your fingerprints and make sure there ain't no dust on it. And then it's tape, spray, wait 15 minutes.
Spray again.
Wait 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and hit it with a clear coat.
Here's your keys.
A couple hours in the dryer, and out the door it goes.
And what do you use? A blast of air or vacuum to get any fine dust off of that? You wipe it with a towel? That's what I would do.
It'll get cleaned with probably some soap and water, dried, and then I can't remember the name of the stuff that they use.
Kills?
No.
No.
But I got some out in the shop.
Apple jelly.
And it takes the grease and all the fine particles off of it. And then I got to get one of my cardboard boxes out and make a little paint booth, because they'll hang up in the box.
Oh, you hang them?
Yep.
Okay, I see that. You get put a piece of string around that
The post.
bit under the hood.
Yep, that'd be the post.
That'd be a good spot.
And then they'll hang. And then the hanger will go through the box. So you could turn it. You could turn it from on top of the box and rotate the car. Get out of that little crack, you sorry. I wonder if I'd leave these inside the stripper long enough. I wonder if I would come back to not having a car at all.
This one guy, he took his teeth, or somebody's teeth. I don't know where he got the teeth, but he soaked them in Coca-Cola for 6 months. Right? Comes back after 6 months and says, "Let's look at those teeth now," and they were gone, completely dissolved.
Complete. What's going on, Christopher?
There he is. So we figure the moral of the story is anybody who soaks their teeth in Coca-Cola for 6 months deserves to have them rot.
Yeah, and I drink a lot of dark soda, but I'm changing to clear soda, more Sprite. They say it's better for you. If you're going to drink soda, they say drink a clear soda.
I had a soda, let's see, last spring, I think. Mostly I drink water, coffee, and milk. It gets me by.
Yeah, the only milk I ever drink if it's mixed in with cereal.
Not a big cereal fan.
Oh, I could dig into some Cocoa Puffs. I'm 50 years old and I still enjoy chocolate cereal.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I do oatmeal, cream of wheat, because I was raised on oatmeal and cream of wheat. Put some raisins in there, boil it. That's about all you need. Splash of milk. I'll put some brown sugar in there so it's a little better.
Oh yeah, brown sugar is good.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Yep, Fruity Pebbles.
What did I like back in the day? Let's see, the big yellow one.
Cocoa Puffs? Not Cocoa Puffs.
No. They're big in it. Corn Puffs.
Corn, yeah.
Big yellow puffy corn things. Had like a cowboy on the front cover.
Yeah, I can't remember what those were.
What were those called? Sugar Smacks?
Yeah, Sugar Smacks, I think.
Or is that the one with a frog on the cover?
That might have been a frog.
All right, those are Sugar Smacks. Jeez, so it's probably a Kellogg's product. Corn Puff cereal. They were yellow. Right there. That one. It's called Corn Pops. I think that's the one. Corn Pops. That's what it looks like. Oh, I got pictures. Look. Yeah, that's right. Corn Pops. Maybe they're called Corn Puffs back then. I don't know. They're always changing the name on these things.
I don't remember that big thing that said fiber on top of the box before.
Good source of fiber? It's corn, baby. You want a good source of fiber? Get yourself some bulgur wheat muffins. Dude, that'll come out. You'll be smooth for 6 months. Oh, let's see. Here we are. Boom. Be like green corn coming through the new maid. Fiber. Who needs fiber that bad? Okay, my grandmother needed some fiber on occasion. There it is. but too much fiber, not necessarily the best thing. Because she could only run so fast.
Oh yeah.
Sugar Pops. Yeah, they did change the name, didn't they? Yeah, they're Sugar Pops, and they used to be, no, now they're Corn Pops. Crunchy puffed corn cereal. Yeah, it's like popcorn with sugar on it. Mmm, sugar. Crystal's here. Yeah. What's your favorite breakfast cereal? Me, I like anything as long as it's got prunes on there.
Yeah, so when I was growing up, man, it was all about chocolate cereal.
Cholesterol free. Works for you when you need it most. Ask for it by name. Nothing says prunes quite like Susan B. Anthony, huh? Get that face going on. I'm more of a like an egg and bacon and hash browns kind of guy. And down here they eat grits. They think
grits.
That's the best thing since sliced bread. They don't know what sliced bread is down here. Down in Florida, it's grits, which is like the part of the corn left over after they take away all the good stuff or anything that's commercially viable in any other useful way. And they call it grits, and they boil it, right? Add some salt and water and boil it. And then they're going to take everything in their plate. They're going to mash it up with a fork, everything, right? Doesn't matter what it is. They're going to mash it all up and stir the grits in and then fork down that. What? Dude, that's not eating. They don't know how to eat. And around here, they don't know how to park. Down south, they don't know how to drive. But nowhere in Florida do they know how to eat. And I served that crap up and I said, that ain't food. That ain't food. Let's change this. No, I had my diner. Yeah, I had grits, and I'd make a small batch at the beginning of the shift. It'll get her by. We'll keep her covered. She'll stay moist and won't dry out. Let's add a little hot water and stir it up every now and again. And they're happy with it. But I started putting out fried potatoes, right? I'll take some onions, throw them on the grill real low, right? Save them up. Get them nice and, clear and transparent. And they start to caramelize. And boil up some potatoes. I take red potatoes and just chop them up like half-inch, cubes. Of course, they weren't always cubes. They were just about a half an inch, across. And I boil them up till you get, the fork goes through them. And drain them, get them on the cold. And then I throw those down on the grill. Cook them babies up. Throw in some of them onions, throw in some peppers. Right? Excuse me. Hit it with some Montreal seasoning. And, send that out. They couldn't get enough of it. Within 2 months, I couldn't give away the grits. And we're going through, 100 pounds of potatoes a week.
Yeah, I like good old fried taters.
Yep.
But I like my grits too.
Well, you can have those things. I don't think they're food. Another thing like down here, they like these fried pickles. You take some pickles, right, slices, and you bread them up and you deep fry them. And they say, that's good. I'm thinking, that ain't food neither. All right. So I get some zucchini and summer squash, right? And this is really easy. You get a bowl, you got some melted butter in there, and you throw in sliced up zucchini, sliced up squash. You take them out of there, you put them in Parmesan cheese, right? So the squash is kind of wet and greasy, but that Parmesan cheese is going to stick all over it. And you throw that on a flat grill, right? Dude, it's so damn simple. That's worth eating. Yeah, but I get me a summer squash for 59 cents, and I'd sell that for $5.99.
Oh yeah.
I'd love that. And they take, 20 of those a day. You got some of them Parmesan grilled zucchinis? Yep. I got fried pickles too. Oh, I like them Parmesan grilled zucchinis. It was pretty good. Okay, baby. Here you go.
We'll add it to your check.
Yep. Put that right there on your check. You want another one to take home? Yep. Okay, baby. People from the north eat really different from the people in the south. A lot of it goes back to the culture. Numismatic pickers saying the difference between the north and the south. You got a shorter growing season up north, right? You're not eating fresh vegetables all the time because you ain't got them. It's going to be stuff that you can grow and that's going to hold up through a long winter. That means root crops are really popular. Down south, you can get a lot more stuff that takes a longer growing season. Tomatoes, for example, rice. What's their favorite dish? Tomatoes and rice. Okra and tomatoes and rice.
Well, greenhouses do a lot better in Florida because it's not.
You ain't got to heat them.
Yeah, it's not too cold in the winter time where you have to run a heat source in them.
No. I get 2 to 10 frosts a year. That would be it. A really cold winter, I get 10 frosts. A really mild winter, I can go through and not get a frost at all. It's nice. My peppers will make it through the winter. They come back and strong as ever the next year. Hell, they're a perennial.
How does rhubarb do up there?
In Florida?
Yeah.
Give it up. This is sand. It is a quasi-passamite entisol, which means it's sand all the way down to the bedrock. There's nothing in there. If it didn't rot in the past 6 months, it's not in your soil. No, there's no soil horizon. Up north, you can grow all kinds of stuff. Down here, it's a little, some things just, I can't grow a beet to save my life. Can't do it.
Don't have the soil.
Milo. Good Lord, the Milo? Nuts. It'll be 5-6 feet high. All right, I used to have chickens, and we get the chicken feed from the store. It's just whole grains is all it is. You scatter it. If they don't eat it, it's going to grow. And I'd get sorghum, Milo. I'd get that growing out here, and it would be as big as me. I'd stop buying feed. Cut the tops of a few Milos, leave it in the barn, bring it out in the spring, throw it around. Don't let the chickens see you do it, though.
Yeah, they see anything coming out of your hand. They're like, that's got to be something we could eat.
Yeah.
Yep. I want that.
There's some detail work for you. Do you get the underside of the door handles?
Do what?
The underside of the door handles?
There's actually door handles on it. So I'm thinking about
Chrome.
maybe doing the door handles black.
There you go.
Just put I got fine detail brushes for painting. And I could just put just a tiny line of black on it, just enough where it accents it.
Yeah. Jeff Stanley says, I'm from Indiana and live in Atlanta. I do crap to grits and make the Southerners cry. Dude, they put everything in the grits. Grits and gravy, cheese and grits, sugar and butter. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if it's on their plate, they're gonna scramble it up and mix it in with the grits. Because what? It's supposed to make it taste better? Can't make it taste worse, I can tell you that. I tried eating them things. I could take some styrofoam packing material, right? Heat it up, put in some water, heat it up, add some salt, and it would taste just as good, if not better, than those grits.
Oh, that's great. No.
That's god awful stuff. Then you got the original people that came into the north were typically from English Europe, France, England, Wales, Ireland. Down south, here in where are we? Florida, Spaniards. Okay, they come over from Spain, Portugal, right? In the middle states, you got all kinds of different places. The Dutch in New York. Where's the Germans? Pennsylvania? Something like that.
Pennsylvania, New Jersey area.
Okay. So you have their traditional foods and traditional customs. You know, Germany, they go with more of a robust wheat because their soil would support rye, for example. So they're familiar with more, you know, more rye breads, more sausage. There are different preservation methods. Oh, Picker is also from Atlanta. That's right, he is. What about Rhode Island? Rhode Island came about because, let's see, a bunch of people from the Massachusetts Bay Colony said, dude, we're out of here. We got some good land over here. Got great seashore. Got good music. We're gonna go groove and get jazzy down there. And that's how Rhode Island came about. I think Atlanta is bigger than Rhode Island.
Yeah, my grandmother years ago, before she passed, she grew up on land that her mother and father, would be my great grandmother and grandfather, got in Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to that property once.
Sure. You've been to Newport Jazz Festival?
Does not sound familiar.
If you get a chance, make the trip. It's like Mardi Gras, except with jazz music and fewer costumes, and they'll throw beads at you.
Well, even if I take my shirt off, they won't throw beads at me?
They might throw something at you. I don't know about beads.
They might throw me another shirt to put on.
Here you go. You're on the shirts team.
Gotta teach me.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Good music, good times.
I keep taking this piece of paper and dumping all the crap in a garbage can before it ends up on my desk or on the floor.
I'm all scratched up, man.
Yeah, those weeds got you, didn't they?
There's no avoiding it.
Go out there with one of those propane flamethrowers.
A weed dragon. Now, why haven't I done that? That's what I need to do. That would fix it quick. Woof.
You probably got one of those attachments in your garage.
Let me think. I know I got a blowtorch out there, but I can't find it. I lost my lighter one time. I couldn't find the damn thing. Well, fortunately, I happen to have a stash of wooden matchsticks, so I was okay. But I'm out there on the gas grill, press the button thing, say, "Why won't this light?" Then it goes, woof. Good. Now I can light my cigarette.
Yeah. Yep. And when you're camping and you lose your lighter or your lighter dies, you're poking the end of your cigarette with the hot dog poker and you're sticking it into the fire, then pulling it out real fast.
Yeah, it's like marshmallows, only you don't eat them. Problem I always had, I like to see them, ignite and burn into a cinder. My mother says, "They're doing it wrong. It's my marshmallow."
It's on fire. I'm doing it right.
Yep. I stick it at the end of the stick, stick it in the fire, right? It kind of brown, then all at once it'd light up and turn black and then keep on going, then fall off. Well, that's what I want to do with my marshmallow. I want to play with a fire.
Yeah.
And my mother said, you need to toast them. Why? I'm trying to set this thing on fire. Toast it. What, are you gonna eat that thing?
Yeah. I won't eat the marshmallow when it's not toasted. Why do you think I'm gonna eat it when it is toasted?
I think it's no good.
I did the same thing. I just wanted to play. I wanted it on fire.
Up north, they got this thing. It's called marshmallow fluff. It's a big tub, right? It's like a half a gallon. It's a tub that says marshmallow fluff right on the front.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of neat. They eat that instead of jelly on a peanut butter sandwich. So you got peanut butter and fluff. I can't type. A-R. Marsh.
Yeah,
There it is.
my mom used to use that fluff, and I think she mixed it with not brown fudge. It was mixed with fudge, and it was basically a fudge fluff.
You can do that, I suppose. Yeah.
And she did it for the Christmas time.
Yep, it's like a marshmallow, but without the dry outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always had that in the house because we'd always use it for peanut butter and fluff sandwiches after school.
Yeah. Because, man, there's nothing better for a kid than gooey marshmallow fluff. Here it is. 1 pound, 16 ounces. Big tub of just fluff. It's oil and sugar is what it is. All right. Well, we ate the hell out of it nonetheless. But I didn't like peanut butter. I never really did. Let's see. There's home. Never really cared for peanut butter. So the idea of a peanut butter and fluff sandwich really wasn't appealing. I just eat the stuff on a spoon. Just dig right in and eat the fluff. Yeah, they call them fluffernutters. That's a northern thing, I suppose. Bring that down here. You can do all kinds of stuff when you do desserts. Have like a layer of marshmallow fluff in there. Then berries. Then like some shaved chocolate. All this on top of like a pumpkin spice custard.
Mom used to make rum balls.
Rum balls.
During the Christmas time.
Yeah.
And one year she made them, and it was the only time when we were kids that we could have alcohol because it was basically a Christmas candy. And they tasted like hell because she really put a lot of rum in them. But one year, they didn't turn out right. She couldn't figure out what she did wrong. And it was years later we were talking about that one night.
Yeah.
And that's when my sister kind of fessed up.
Oh, no.
Well, she was drinking the rum, and she found a scratch that they put on the bottle. And she would top it off with water so it doesn't look like none was taken out of it.
Oh, man.
So she made a batch of rum balls, and it was basically almost pure water.
Watered down. Well.
But our parents thought they were smart. They'd put a little scratch where the line was.
Yeah, you must be this tall to drink from this bottle.
Yeah. And then I was little, and I didn't know that Kahlua was alcohol.
No.
And Kahlua and milk is really, really good. So I was drinking the Kahlua and I didn't realize, I didn't know it was alcohol.
I got into bananas in the blender. Because we always had bananas around for some reason. They're like 10 cents a pound way back then. Now they're still 30. I still get bananas. You take a banana, right? You get the little strings off the side. You throw it in the blender. You peel it, then throw it in. Then add like, just a splash of milk. Some ice cream. So it's a banana milkshake is what I was making.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, the only time I eat bananas around here is when my calf muscles start tightening up in the mornings.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with a banana.
So I'd eat bananas for the potassium, and that helps with the muscle cramps. Part of that old age thing. You get a little older and the cramps start happening more often. This one didn't turn out so well.
This looks like a junkyard Wambalance.
With the stripper. A lot of it.
Yeah, the secret is bananas, baby. How do you get into Carnegie Hall? Bananas. Behind every great man is a bunch of bananas. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There was an interview with Science Magazine, interviewed Stephen Hawking just a few years ago. Just before he died, they say, you got this disease and it's supposed to kill you like 40 years ago. What's your secret? And he says, fucking bananas. That's what he said. Well, actually, it went fucking bananas. Because he's got that machine that talks for him.
I guess when you have all kinds of money in the world, they give you that stuff to keep you alive.
Two secrets to become a millionaire by 30. 1, no wife. 2, bananas. Bronze wool. What would a bronze wool be like to for grit? What's the equivalent there?
They say you could use that triple aught.
Yeah.
On these. But that stripper did a pretty good job, except for inside the crevices, so I can't complain too much. Once I get them done, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'll probably send one over for the big show.
We'll brag about it first. I got a couple of packages for the big show I got to open up. Oh, this has been sitting here for a little while. It's from Darren Schrombach.
Oh, you can open up packages. I'll present you.
I'll open that before the big. I think there's one thing in there.
Oh, that's right. You do them in the beginning of the shows.
Yeah, we'll open that up tomorrow, I suppose. See what we get.
I haven't gotten no good mail. The only mail I've been getting lately is you owe us.
I get those. I get it for the guy who had the place before me. I've been here for what, 10 years?
And you're still getting his mail?
Yeah, he died. I still get his bills. I ain't paying him.
Well, you're the owner of the property, so you're responsible for him now.
No. Good luck getting that out of me.
Yeah. There's going to be a fight on your hands.
What he did to the plumbing, I'm charging him double. Well, that comes right up.
Yeah, that's the red decal they put on them. Now, I don't know if these things
The paint stripper didn't take it off, I said.
Yeah, I would think the paint thinner would have helped, and it really didn't. Maybe I just need to get a different paint thinner. Get some of that industrial.
Straight turpentine?
Huh?
Would you use a straight turpentine?
No,
Paint stripper. Okay, it should be just turpentine. Methylene chloride. I'd have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's that new biodegradable stuff. It's not as harsh as that paste that you put on there, and it
safer chemicals, healthy families. It's an organochlorine compound with a formula CH2Cl2. Colorless, volatile liquid. Its moderately sweet aroma is widely used as a solvent.
Well, I got that because it's biodegradable, and they said you could wash your parts off in your sink.
Hey, you can boil it at 103 degrees. Let's try that.
And it smells real good. They said it's safe to use indoors if you soak stuff indoors. And
it's been used to decaffeinate coffee and tea.
I got a couple masonry jars that I put the stuff into it. Then I just put the car inside of it, and it just soaked overnight.
Yeah.
So, since it doesn't have no harmful vapors to it or anything, I did it in the bathroom.
People with pre-existing heart problems, exposure to DCM can cause abnormal heart rhythms or heart attacks, sometimes without any other symptoms of overexposure. People with existing liver, nervous system, or skin problems may worsen after exposure. Better than that, it's harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a grit. It's harmless.
Yeah, give that away for Halloween.
Oh, God. Thursday night, we're at the bowling, and we're talking about Halloween coming up.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to get 10 cases of the 1980s MREs, military MREs.
Yeah, it's like Spam, graham crackers.
And I was going to open them up and take the little M&M packages out of them and give the M&M packages away for candy.
Some Hormel chili in there.
And those MREs, they're actually pretty good now.
Yeah, the ones you unzip them and add a little bit of water and cook them.
Yeah, they had that little heat pack in them.
Yeah, I've had some. The chicken and rice teriyaki, I think I've tried that one. And the beef stew was pretty good.
But we always got in trouble because we're we were taking, it's what they call MRE bombs. We're taking the heat packs out of them and putting them inside 2-liter bottles of the 2-liter Coke bottles. Put a little water in there and put the cap on them. A 2-liter bottle will get that big around before it blows up.
And it does it with such a great resounding noise.
Yep. And they were called MRE bombs, and we got in trouble in Saudi Arabia for lighting them things off. Yeah, the good old days. Now tomorrow, I'll have 2 of these cars with paint on them.
Yeah, you get one side done, put it with the rest.
And then I'll probably post pictures.
CJ's here.
CJ.
Maybe that'll work.
There. You dropping in before bed? Got to go to bed like a normal person?
You get the link, and that's not optional. Yeah, he's a working man nowadays.
Yeah. Goes to bed when it gets dark out, gets up when it's still dark.
Gonna be home when the streetlights come on.
Yep. Yeah, that's how we knew when we needed to be home when we were growing up.
Yeah, my father said, you can ride your bike, but don't go around that corner. Well, one day, you know, I'm getting a little older, getting a little more, you know, comfortable with my riding skills. And I went around the corner. You know what I saw? I saw my dad coming the other direction with a station wagon. Oh, man, this is, get home right now. When you get there, bring me a stick. Oh, Jesus. No internet. It's them damn storms. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He says he has no internet, but here he is on the internet.
He's probably on his phone.
Yeah. I'll send you my phone. I'm not using it.
That's when I'm talking. That's
How's
when I'm
that?
talking to you guys on Thursday night, right before the show starts. I'm at the bowling alley.
Texting.
And
Do they let you search coins at the bowling alley?
no. Well, yeah, I guess so. 'Cause I have people that bring stuff in.
Mobile. Okay.
They'll bring in some stuff that they found cleaning out their grandpa's dresser. Is this anything?
I'd make a terrible grandfather. I don't have a dresser. Well, I do. I don't use it. I got the clean pile on one side. I got the dirty pile on the other side. And I try not to mingle them.
I got a dresser. My television's on top of it.
Wow, TV. I just tune in Blues Coins.
And then there's my security monitor. And then all that up there is all Hot Wheels.
Oh, there you go. Man, I need more shelving.
I got thousands of these. I got thousands of Hot Wheels. So if this kind of turns out pretty nice, I'll probably might put a call out for other ideas that I could do.
Be the Eddie Bauer of Hot Wheels.
Within the community to make some type of like coin cars or And one
We
of
need
my
an ambulance, a cambulance, a vambulance.
in one of my boxes, I got 3 or 4 different style of buses. So that's one of the things on my list for you, Ken, was a coin bus.
Yeah, I need to sell this place and get a coin bus. And travel from town to town, take their coins and burn them down.
Y'all need to get with you later on a private chat.
Yeah.
Because I went through my friend's coins, and he's got some stuff that he wants to get. He wants to give me a good deal on, but I don't know how to price it.
You make a list of every item, each item, one at a time, right? You'll see sets and stuff. You kind of deal with those a little bit differently. And really, most of the stuff that people have are kind of low value. You know, $1, $2, 6 cents, maybe $5. Really, if it's less than $5, it's just not worth the time and effort to price them out individually. So there, you just take a count. But anything over $5, okay, now it's kind of worth it to come up with a grade, look at it, see if it's is it right. And now it comes into identification, grade, and then determine value accordingly.
God, I'm making a big mess here. Yeah, it took me almost 5 hours to go through his stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff I recognized right away, and I knew. The mint sets. Up $4, $5, $4, $5. Some stuff I knew right away. Some stuff I just had to double check. He had some of those silver dollar and quarter ounce gold sets.
Yeah.
And my jaw kind of dropped when those came out.
They're few and far between.
Yeah, he has the $5 and the $10 set. And when I looked those things up, I'm like, oh my God.
$10 gold is
like,
good money.
Then he's like, I told you I had some nice stuff. Yeah, well, you did. And I didn't believe you because some people don't understand what a nice coin set is. They just see a nice coin set inside of a box and think it's good.
Now, we're talking modern gold commemoratives or early gold commemoratives?
Mid 80s.
Okay, moderns.
I've seen them before, and it was nice because I've never actually seen them in my hand before.
Little things, though.
Yeah, the little quarter ounce gold. Yeah, that's just a small little coin.
Little thing.
About the size of a nickel.
Yeah. Ant says, what did I miss? Well, let's see. We talked about marshmallow fluff. Then corn puffs, sugar puffs. That's about it. we touched briefly on the Newport Jazz Festival.
Yeah. Now I've heard of the jazz festivals, but I've never been to any of them.
You got 20 bars on Main Street, and every one of them has a different band. You got a public venue downtown, big stage, and they'll have a bigger name up there. And just go bar hopping. You know, you walk a block, you got more music, different music.
Oh, God, I'm getting sick of doing this. This car might get soaked overnight some more. So if I get the sticker off it exposed to paint, there's just too much on it still.
I think MEK would take that off.
Yeah, I might have to get a different strip or one of that heavier strength stuff.
Yeah, I was doing a table. Nope, sorry, it was a bed. I had some scroll work on the 4 posts. Big, I mean, balls. The balls on the top of the post were 6 inches across. It was meaty, this thing. I just want to refinish it. It was all screwed up and scuffed up and scraped and scratched. And looked like crap. But there was no way to sand that ball down. So I got this stuff. I forget what it was, but you paint it on. Well, I got brushes, so I grabbed a brush, stuck it in, painted it on. But I noticed after a minute I got no brush left. What? It dissolved the brush, all the bristles. All right, that ain't gonna work. Well, my girl had a loofah up in the bathtub. I'm thinking natural sponge. This might work, and that worked. So I dumped the stuff into a bigger bucket, dipped the loofah, and rubbed it all over the thing. And as soon as I, well, not as soon as maybe a minute later, you see all the old varnish just blistering right up. Take a putty knife and just gone.
Yeah.
Well, it worked great in the flat areas.
Yeah. Yeah, you take the loofah and you put it on there and you spread it on there. And about a minute later, you notice the skin on your hand starting to dissolve off.
I need that. Hooper's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Hooper.
Oh, reeded edges here.
We got reeded edge, crystal ward. And we're talking about grits. Yeah. And their lack of food worthiness.
Okay, I'm done playing with that cart. It went back in the solution for the night.
Good enough.
I can put that away. I have to sharpen my knife up. Old pieces of okay, let me see. How do I okay, I think that no, shoot. Whoop. There I am. Oh, it's a good night. There ain't no fly in my coffee.
That's a good night, all right.
We had
temporarily. It ran. I filled up my jugs, made some coffee, took a bath, flushed the toilet, and now it's finicky again. But for all my trouble, I did lose about a gallon of blood out there. You get your package out in the morning. Did I buy something? I must have bought something. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any mail out there right now. What day is this?
Sunday.
Is it?
Yep.
Nobody told me. The albums. That's right. There's some quarter albums. So do I keep one for myself? Oh, and we talked about Queen Elizabeth for a little bit. Yeah, I left that part out.
Yeah, anything that comes in for the big show, you got free. You got free range of it first. All right, how do I switch that?
I'm going to take a moment and go see if that toilet is running.
Oh. Okay. Okay, that's my coin cam. There we go. It's been a while since I've done anything with OBS here. I got to figure out how it works again. Normally, I don't have OBS on the stream. Yeah, just working on just getting those shells ready for paint. So probably maybe tomorrow evening I'll be able to put some photos on and see what people are thinking about the color. I picked out 2 colors and see what they think about those colors, and maybe if they have an idea for a different color. But I'm doing a total of 6 of them, my first run, and see how they turn out. I think CJ
I have water again.
Yeah.
So it's a switch.
See, I would think CJ said something about the little Mini Coopers.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, God, you can't see it underneath that. Still can't see it underneath that. What am I doing?
Yeah, you clean that up, you paint it copper, it'll be a mini copper.
Yeah.
It's almost life size.
Copper color or bronze? I looked for a copper color to see what it looked like on these cars, but they didn't have any, and I'm just using.
What about fingernail polish? I'm sure they got that. They got like every color of the. They got more colors in the fingernail polish department than they got like at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, but then I'd have to have a gun to spray it.
You got a loofah? There's a girl in the house.
I'm gonna
just dab.
I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to try rattle can it. They make the little short rattle cans they use for models. and Hobby Lobby sells them. They're like $4.50 a piece, and you'll get about 10 or 12 cars painted out of one can. So it's really cost effective.
Hmm.
And it's easy to keep a good assortment of colors when they're $5 a can. As long as I don't keep them outside during the winter time or the summertime. If I keep them on the shelf in here, they'll stay good. Hey, there's Mike White. Welcome.
How's the well? It was good, and then it was bad, and now it's good again. I'll figure with it when it gets bad again.
Yeah, I was showing them earlier.
Looks like a bitchin' Camaro.
See the red stripe going around this wheel?
Yeah.
All right. This is one of the original red lines from the 60s. And you could see how beat up it is. There's supposed to be a dome, a glass dome for in there. And this side, someone took a file to it, but it's missing pieces and it's beat to hell. But even with this condition, since it's an original red line, this car is worth $30 as it sits.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, it has a Corvette front on it. And then I don't know what is in the middle part. Just one seat. And then the back.
With two engines.
Yeah, see, I can't figure that out either. There's an engine in the front. And there's an engine in the back.
Ballast?
So I'm thinking it's all-wheel drive.
We use a back engine in the summer, and in the winter you want front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, CJ's gonna have to go to bed and get to work.
Yep. All right, CJ.
Good luck.
Yep, it was good seeing you for a little bit. Have fun this week. Try to holler every once in a while so we know you're okay. Yeah, so they call it, what did they call this? They called this the Mod Squad. And it's a prototype of something. It's something they put together. But I only have 2 original red lines in my collection.
Yeah. I don't imagine it'd be populous.
And I found them both at garage sales in a quarter box with a bunch of other Hot Wheels.
Take them all. My kids love these.
Yeah. If they got a big box of them, and if I see one red line in there, how much is for the whole box? Well, give me $6 for it. All right. Then I'll just take it and I'll go through it later. So I got 2 original red lines. I wish I had all of them. But I don't.
Yeah, my father did fishing reels.
Ah.
He knew everything there was to know about fishing reels. He'd go to yard sales. He had a flea market table in the summer. He'd work that, here and there on the weekends. And he'd go to yard sales all the time and, see something, he'd catch his eye. He says, take a quarter for that, whatever the hell, He's walking out of there with a Fluger reel. He's trying to explain it to me. You want to go to these yard sales and look for these Fluger reels because they're worth, good money. Now, you might have to fix them up. Just stop right there. I got no interest in, first off, yard sales or Fluger reels or fixing the damn things. Well, he got a brother, Uncle David, and David, they both do yard sales, except David was in Arizona. I think he's in Texas now. Anyway, they'd both hit the yard sales and pick up fishing reels and pocket knives, because my Uncle David did the pocket knives. So my father says he hit the yard sale. You got any fishing reels? No. You got any pocket knives? Oh, wait, I got a box upstairs. Lady scurries off, comes back with a box. So, all right, would you take $6? Oh, sure. You take those knives and show them to my uncle. My uncle would come up sometimes in the summer. My father pulled out all these pocket knives and show them off. He'd look at them, and he'd take a look at one and set it over here. Take a look at another one, set it over here. Take another look at the third one, and looks at that real hard. And he sets it over here on the side. And then he gives you the update, at the end, recap, I guess. He says, these are, $10 knives. These over here, these are real good. These are 20, 30, 40 bucks. Then he picks up that one he set aside. He looks at it real hard again for like 20 minutes. He's looking at this. He's just staring at it for 20 minutes. He says, yep, that one's 300.
Yeah.
He says to my father, what do you want for all these? I'll trade you for that fishing reel right there.
Oh, there it is. I was looking for a box. Well, Jeff said something about super treasure hunts. Here's one for you, Jeff.
Is that a Datsun?
That's a Datsun 210 Bluebird Super Treasure Hunt. It's worth about 175 bucks.
Get the fuck out. These things are worth 175 bucks.
I paid $1 for it.
$1.
Yep, I found it in a Hot Wheel bin at the store.
Yeah, because they don't know.
See, and then on the back of it, it says right there, TH, Treasure Hunt.
Is that what makes it? What's the diagnostic that makes this one worth more?
It has a Spectra Flame paint job on it.
Yeah.
All right. It has rubber wheels. If it will focus. It's not plastic wheels. They're rubber wheels. They got the TH on them to designate them. A lot of them, they're just different paint jobs on them. That's one. That's about a $18 Super Treasure Hunt. I paid $1 for. The Stingray, that's a super. That's about $15, $18. But most of them, they just have different colored, different paint jobs on them. They have rubber wheels. And they're randomly inserted. The Hot Wheels come to the store in 72 count boxes. So there'll be 72 Hot Wheels in a box. They say it's one Super Treasure Hunt to every 5 boxes, I think is what they say.
All righty.
So, and there's people out there, they just go to these stores and they go through the Hot Wheels. They're not collectors.
But they know they can get it for $1. It's worth 20.
Yep. They buy them for $1 and they throw them on eBay. And I get them for collection.
Now, how long is this Hot Wheels collectible hobby been going on since they made the things?
Yeah,
Come into its own.
yeah, 70, later part of 67, first part of 68, 1968. That's when the Hot Wheels came out. And the first 16 red lines, they call that the Sweet 16. And that's basically the holy grail of the Hot Wheels collection.
Yeah.
Is the Sweet 16. And they started, people were collecting them and keeping them in boxes right when they hit the shelves. So it's been going on that long. I've been in the Hot Wheels for what, 7 years now. And I found 3 super treasure hunts in 7 years. So
about 35 more years, you should have them all.
yeah. So, and it just, these people.
You'd be 85.
These big people that collect these Hot Wheels, these super treasure hunts, you don't see a lot of them inside the Walmart's, Kmart stores anymore because the managers and assistant managers know about them. So they go through the boxes before they even leave the storeroom.
Yeah.
And they pick them out.
So or like secondhand shops or resale shops and yard sales.
And then the Walmart personnel in charge of the toy section, they'll get real good in with that person. And then they'll let them go through the boxes before they leave the storeroom looking for this stuff.
Yeah.
So if you find them out on the shelf or in the dump, what they call a dump bin, it's just pure luck. Jeff knows, don't you? It's just pure luck if you come across one. That's why you don't see a lot of them in the stores anymore unless you just happen to be right there when they open up the cases and that cases happen to have one.
Yep, he says, yep, I'd pick them up and sell them for coin money.
Yep. It's good business. The people that do it, I don't blame them one bit for doing it. The problem I have with them is they go, because the Hot Wheels are on those pegs. So they go through them pegs, ding, 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 and looking.
Yeah, quick.
And whatever falls off the peg and lands on the floor or whatever, they just leave there. Their interest is to get in that store and out and to the next store. So there are people that they just ruin it because they have no respect for anything except for them making that $30 bill.
Well, you get the same thing in any hobby.
Yep. And I always know when the collectors were there before I was because the Hot Wheels section is a mess.
They're all over the floor.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, they've already been here. There ain't nothing here for me.
Yep. Rubber tires, separate paint jobs, and the TH logo.
Yeah. There's actually it's I don't even know what the, do I even have that website? Did I save it? I might not even saved it. There's actually a website. It's Hot Wheel Treasure Hunts or something like that. And it's basically like just like any of the coin websites. Any new releases that come out, they post pictures of them and they talk about them and looking for this paint job, and the TH will be on this spot of the car. So
Jeff says, in coins, you have the guy who camps at the bargain bin and does not buy squat. Oh, don't you hate that guy? Come on, man. I'm going to look. Now,
yeah.
And so you head to the next table, and he runs over ahead of you.
Yep. He's there for 2 hours looking and
Yep.
doesn't buy nothing.
That's why you got to carry a baseball bat with you.
Yeah. Or
Now, some of the best stuff you get the dealers a lot of times will have binders just full of coins, and they're not always ordered. And that's when it starts getting good at the shows because it just got stuffed in there. A lot of times it's stuff they bought from somebody at the shop, and they're just throwing it on the table to fill space. I find those are the great stuff to look through.
yeah, the binders.
Yeah.
Yep. You can find all kinds of varieties in those.
I got a binder here. I don't know if I've gone through it. I picked up a few months back, and they just get added to the heap. I'll get to it. I ain't got time for this stuff. I'm buried with coins over here.
Yeah. Well, you're buried in a big website that you're getting online.
Yeah. Well, I slept for 3 days this week. The dog fennel is in bloom, and it makes all this pollen, and so I start to sneeze. So I take them purple pills, and that puts me right to sleep, man. All right. So if I want to get anything done, I got to sneeze.
Well, that ain't no good.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. It's a process. It always is. Nothing could be simple. Nothing can go along perfect. No problems.
I told the guys at work, look, if it wasn't a hassle, they wouldn't need us. Guy comes out of a vessel or something, out of a tank. He said, "Man, this is bullshit." Yep, that's your paycheck. Is that bullshit right there? That's why they pay us. If it was easy, they'd do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to take this place apart and put it back together. I'm going to take this back shelf and shove it all into a barrel, I guess. Put some more shelves up. I think I got the lumber. I'm pretty sure I've got it. I got to add some more shelves. And this heap over here, I mean, I got bins and boxes and bags and sacks and what is that? Stuff. God knows what's in there at this point. I know there's some good stuff in there here and there. Well, I found one whole box of pennies earlier last week. Earlier this week. It's like $50 worth of pennies in a box. What do you suppose that is? We'll find out soon enough. Well, I'm going to take off. Blue's been good.
Yeah, I'm going to get off this thing too. I've been on for almost 2.5 hours. I got to talk about the Wambalance that's coming up, that project.
Yeah.
See if I start getting people excited about it.
I can barely contain myself.
Yeah.
Look at the goosebumps.
And hopefully some coin people learned a little bit about a Hot Wheels tonight.
A little bit.
Little bit. So if I can combine the Hot Wheels with the coin hobby, I think that'd be all right.
Have you got one you can put like coins in?
No, but I do have some other ideas that I'm going to work after I get these done and see what happens with them. So, but until then, I'll try to get with you tomorrow, Ken. See if we get on a private chat sometime.
Yeah, I'm probably here.
And because I got to discuss some of the items on those coins that I looked at. Because he wants to make me a good deal on some stuff, but I don't know how to price it. And once you hear what it is, you'll probably be going, yeah, I can see why you're stuck. So, but until then, everyone, have a good night. Appreciate you hanging out for a little bit. Ken, thanks for hanging out.
Hey, make sure you hit that like button for Blue's birthday.
Oh yeah, that like button.
Hit that like
Keep
button.
forgetting about that like button. It's down there someplace.
A call to action. That's
Yeah.
what you got to do. All right. You stay groovy, baby.
All right, man. Later, Ken. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one. There'll be more information coming out about that collection I evaluated at a later date. Can't talk too much about it now, just out of respect of his coins. So, but until then, y'all have a good one. It's Sunday, so some of you got to go to work tomorrow. I'm sorry to remind you. I just need to get up sometime tomorrow and do something around the property. So, all right, y'all. Y'all, peace out. Have a good one.